Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I'm doing my intro from my front porch this morning, just because of this view here. Today's one of those really weird, cool days where it's gonna rain. It's only gonna get in the low 60s, and it will start warming up after that and get back up into the 80s the next few days. There was a thunderstorm last Wednesday after I posted my video. And there was another thunderstorm this past Sunday. I also got some good footage of my residence throughout the week. And I also made a couple of changes throughout my garden. So let me just move into my normal starting position and let's get into it. Alright, let's get to start. You can see up there, the birds are actually waiting for me to finish up so they get down here and start eating their seeds again. But let's get into this video. So coming over here, get a good shot of the morning glories. That's what they look like. Coming over here. I didn't really do too much over here this week, so it's kind of looking the same. But the irises, the daylilies there, these are all looking pretty good. These are just weeds. I haven't come over to weed yet this week, but those are hostas right there. The daylilies over here, those irises, those things are looking like that now. Cosmos and everything else is doing pretty good. Oh, I completely forgot that I had put morning glories here too, and they've kind of just covered this fence over here. The gratises, I did not get a chance to trim this mugwort back, but I will this week, so that's what that looks like. Coming over here. So lilies, those daylilies. The poison ivy is pretty much almost outgrown. Cosmos down here. These cosmos. All these violets. A lot more, the rabbit's been chewing on them. The columbine. Cardinal here. I haven't watered it yesterday or this morning because it's gonna rain for like the rest of the day, so that's what that looks like. The morning glories. These irises over here. Those cardinal ones. Those daylilies there. Calla lilies. Cosmos here. The scarlet sages here have blown right up. These pansies down here are pretty much gone at this point. You could just tell. I might just remove them once all of these are all gone. Oh, you could actually see a bee coming right there. What I did do is I removed all the aster that was here. It just was not standing up. It just kept falling over on top of these plants. I did leave one just so I know what it looks like, because I spent all summer growing it. I just want to know what it looks like. But what ended up happening is once I got rid of the aster that was there, the Japanese maple started growing more. Take that off. I also deadheaded a lot of these petunias. What I think was happening was that a lot of the bird seed was falling down and the birds were coming in here and pecking at it, and it was kind of ruining a lot of the petals. So I just deadheaded it in an effort to try to get it to rebloom again and make it look good. That calla lily right there. These cosmos. Here's the corn, the accidental corn. Cosmos down here. That iris. I'm gonna show you a video real quick because I did deadhead the roses here. So here I am deadheading my roses, as you can see, and I'll show you where I've been deadheading them. And I've been snipping off the blooms here right at this point here in the stem. There's going to be a new stem that grows out from here on each one of these stems. You could kind of tell on this one right here where it's going to start growing out. That one over there. This one right here, you could tell that it's going to start growing out right there. I'll actually kind of show you one of them. This one right here. If you could see down in that leaf, there's like almost a little like hole. That's exactly where the new stem will start growing out. So I'm going to snip it right about there. I'm trying to show you. And the new stem will start growing right out of there. And I'm just going to keep doing that with the rest of these. And this is what it looks like a few days later. You could actually see a lot of the new growth coming in on it. If you come over here, kind of where I was deadheading it. That right there is a new growth. That right there is a new growth. See the new growth right there. Yep. And just give it about a few weeks and this will be in full bloom again. I actually already have one coming up already. Moving on to the pink one. Actually, the pink one's over here, and I'll show you how I did that. So now that the temperatures have gotten a little bit cooler, it rained all night, and it's only going to get into the 70s today and in the low 80s the next few days. I'm actually going to start the transplanting of this rose over here, and I'm going to dig up these lilies and the hyacinth bulbs that are down here, and I'm going to start the transplanting process. So now that I finished digging up these lilies, I'm just going to put them in this pot for the rest of the fall. And I'm just going to kind of grab them like this. The bulb is in here, and I'm just going to kind of put them like that. And this one right here, you can see the roots underneath. I'm just going to put them together like that. And I'm going to put some dirt around here and just kind of leave them right near where they were before. And my next step is digging up these hyacinth bulbs underneath. So now I'm just going through and just picking out all the hyacinth bulbs and just collecting them. So now that I've finished digging out all the hyacinth bulbs, I'm just gonna make sure this rose's dirt is wet, and the hole that I've dug out of here is wet also. Make sure it's got plenty of water in it. And I'm just gonna transplant this rose right here into this hole. Before I put the rose actually in the hole, I'm just gonna loosen up these roots a little bit before I put it in the hole. And now that I've gotten the rose where I want it to be, right there, I have it level with the surface of where it was in the pot. I'm just gonna make sure that it's watered. Well, you can see the little jumping spider on the thing. I'm just gonna water everything in there. And I'm just gonna slowly start adding dirt into and around the rose. And as I layer dirt around it, I'm just gonna keep adding water to it just to fill in those air pockets where the roots would be. And there we have it, a fully transplanted rose. Make sure to water it one last time. And we'll come back and check on it in a few days and see how she's doing. So now I got this pink one in the ground here, and it seems to be doing pretty good. A few days later, there's some new growth on it. I don't see any bad leaves. These are all the leaves that I grew. These were the leaves from the store. So I don't see any major changes in it. That's the pink one. Got the lilies here in this. They're looking pretty good. Over here are these cosmos and their Gladyses. Let's head on over to the backyard. So back here at the grapes, they're just being grapes. They're in a constant state of having to be pruned. The little baby grapes are still in here. They're just kind of hidden now. These grapes are riverbank grapes. They're actually very small grapes that are used for like jams and jellies. So they're not tabletop grapes. They're just smaller grapes. But moving on over here, I got the baby hosta here, the baby cardinal. This is a strawberry plant, the original one. I actually moved the two other ones in the garden beds, so let's go check on those. So I guess I'm gonna start in the fruit garden bed. I guess I'll start calling it. Here are the blueberries, the Jersey blueberry, the pink lemonade blueberry. These are the Niagara grapes. This one I'm gonna start doing this board right there. That's what the grapes look like. I'm about to put these two strawberries, the ones that I got from the main strawberry plant. I'm gonna plant them in here, and I'm gonna do that right now. And all I'm doing here is I already dug a little hole. I'm just taking them out of the cup and just plopping them down in the hole, and then just patting it down, and then adding a little bit of water around it. And now that I have them both in, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of water around it and pat it down. You see a little hornet there. And pat this one down a little bit. And there we go. So now I have blueberries, strawberries, and grapes in this one. Moving on to the watermelon. Now with the watermelon and the pumpkins here, I know I was really late. This is just really an experiment on how to grow them. I've never grown pumpkins or watermelon before. So instead of just kind of letting it go to waste, I'm just seeing how they work for next year. But this is the watermelon. This is the third time I try to grow it this year. So that's what that one looks like. Here are the cosmos. I've been collecting seeds from them throughout the week. Moving on to the pumpkins. Now, these pumpkins here, I've been checking every single day to see if I've been getting any female plants yet. You could actually see how long this one's reaching out. Yeah, I've been seeing if there's a bee in this one. Seeing if I have any female plants yet, or flowers, and not yet. It's just been about 2 weeks of male plants. Check that one. But one thing is this powdery mildew here. Since I was just saying that I've never grown pumpkins or watermelon before, I didn't really know about it. So I was doing a little bit of research on how to handle it. And I guess Google told me that milk and water help neutralize the mildew. So what I did is I did 1/3 of a cup of milk and 2/3 of a cup of water, and I just sprayed it on my leaves yesterday, like that. And it's been about 24 hours, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna try again. Apparently the milk enzymes neutralize the mildew, something like that. But we'll see if it actually works or not. Now let's go check in on that duck. And today's duck of the day is the shark duck. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good day.